I will say that if this show did anything, it made me even more excited for Mando season 3.
Yes.
Do you have any final thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett as an entire show?
As a whole, gets a big thumbs up. It's a thumbs up and a gold star for me. You know,
Gold star.
it was entertaining. It was fun. It was not the greatest thing in the world. It was a hell of a lot better than Bad Batch. It was fun as hell to review. It was strange learning that learning how much more I like Din Djarin than Boba Fett. Yeah, it was a fun show. It was a good time. It was nice stretching the old Star Wars legs again. But yeah, I'm ready for what's next. What is it, and what is next is Moon Knight, right?
Moon Knight, folks. We're going back to Marvel, but more on
Yes.
that in a second. I will say that as far as the Book of Boba Fett goes, as a standalone show, it was all right. Very uneven. There were some things that I liked at the beginning with his backstory and sort of catching us up, but I ultimately feel like a lot of that was unnecessary. I feel like you could have done the whole Tusken Raider and Sarlacc pit emergence, all of that in one episode, and spent more time giving us more development on Boba as a character and what his motivation is in becoming the daimyo. It feels off that the most interesting characters in the show about the Book of Boba Fett were Mando, Grogu, Luke, Fennec, Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there was. I don't think I cared about Boba more than any one of them. Cobb Vanth even.
Man,
This
Cobb
show,
Vanth was so good.
yes, and I'm really glad that he's going to survive. I can't wait to see more of him. I
Mm-hmm.
think that this show was at its best when it was focusing on more interesting characters. And so for that, I don't know if I can really give the Book of Boba Fett a thumbs up. Now, when you want to look at the show and what it really is, my friend Matt and I talked about this last time we hung out. This show is really almost Mando season 2.5, and then it's kind of
Yeah.
connecting us. It's bridging us from season 2 to season 3. And you're kind of looking at these shows as, for lack of a better word, books, right? And so some books will expand on characters and stories and kind of hop around. And so if we're focusing on this pocket of Star Wars, this era between the Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens, I think this did a really good job of expanding this side of Star Wars. And ultimately, it gave us some of the best Star Wars that I've seen in a long time. Mando's episode was so much fun to watch. Shout out to Bryce Dallas Howard for directing that one.
Yes. My God.
The episode where we had Cad Bane show up and like 5 other things that if only one of those things had happened, it would have been great. But we got all 5. That was phenomenal. The show wrapped up on a decent note. Like you said, it was a lot of fun to review this every week. And thank you, folks, for sticking with us throughout all 7 episodes. And I hope that you enjoyed the review as much as we enjoyed reviewing it.
So let me ask you this about the show. Would you watch it again?
I would, but I would only
I would too.
I would only do it as a binge if I'm like doing Mando 2, this, Mando 3. Like I would count these shows, this kind of side of Star Wars, in the way that I count A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi as a trilogy, right? Then you have the prequels, you have the sequels. That's how I look at these shows. There are standalones like Solo and Rogue One and Bad Batch that are kind of their own thing. This is like, it feels like they're building something over here.
Yeah.
So similar to how I do like a Marvel binge and I would watch WandaVision tucked in here, I would do this too if I was going to rewatch Mando stuff and other things from this era of Star Wars.
And really the episodes are laid out for you in a way that you could just, like if you're just invested in The Mandalorian, you could watch seasons 1 and 2 and then pick up from episode 5 of Book of Boba Fett and watch the last 3 and then dive right into Mando season 3.
Absolutely. And I mean, I will say, as much as it was unnecessary, they filled in the blanks on how Boba got out of the Sarlacc pit and kind of the whole stuff with the Tusken Raiders, and it fast forwarded us to the present day and everything he did to find Fennec and get fire spray back and all those things. I'll give it to him. It was interesting.
I like the connecting of the dots.
It is nice. It's stuff that could have been condensed or done off screen, but It wasn't. We got what we got. I'm not upset about it. Like you said, much better than Bad Batch. And
Yeah.
I would probably still take this over the sequel trilogy as well.
Uh,
As a whole, as a whole.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to say that. Well, maybe. Shoot, I don't know. I would have to sort through some feelings with that.
That's
They're
fair. It's
close.
still
They're
fresh.
close.
It's still fresh.
Yeah.